Hey there, Unitic here, and I'm with my friend Wayne Meador, and we are in the little town of Meador, Kansas.
Is that how we say it?
I guess Beeler. I don't know. How did they say it in the movie? It's a great little town though, and a lot of friendly people. We met the town clerk, and we've eaten here. And Wayne's fired up his stove. We've been comparing gear because we're getting ready to part company for the time being. Wayne's got another adventure awaiting him a little further south, and I'm going west. And we wanted to do a short video for two things. I wanted to get Wayne to tell our audience about why he's going down south. He's going to a town called Greensburg as a part of his mission for a Trek for Change, the numeral 4 change.org or .com?
.com.
.com.
Yeah, well, it's a World for Change.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, a worldforchange.com, and then there's a show page.
Gotcha. A worldforchange.com. And so he's going to tell you a little bit about that, and then I'm going to get a little footage for our project, and I'm going to ask Wayne a question that we're asking people all across the country. He and I have actually discussed this before. The night we met just a couple of nights ago, we thought we'd probably wind up crashing early, as cyclists typically do, about 9 p.m. at the hostel we were staying at, but we wound up exchanging notes about our projects, our passions, and talked animatedly for 2.5 hours, went to bed at 12:30, and wished we'd have turned the camera on and captured our conversation. So Wayne, thanks for sitting in here on Trek for Truth channel, and tell us a little bit about why you're heading south and what's awaiting you in Greensburg.
Well, the whole project itself is really just to collaborate and to bring us all together and to start a conversation in a new way about how we are or trying to be more sustainable as a human race. And that goes from everything from alternative energies to being sustainable in our own lives, in our hearts, in our minds, and the way we think about our environment and what's around us. And for us to have a sustainable human race, then we're going to have to learn to work together and to collaborate more effectively. And one of those topics is alternative energy. And I'm doing this whole project based on or using alternative energy. And as a result of that, Greensburg, Kansas, back in 2007 was literally wiped off the map with a tornado. And instead of them just going back in and rebuilding Habitat for Humanity homes out of sticks and drywall, they decided to reconfigure their town and build it up in a sustainable manner. And I believe that they're 100% running on 100% renewable energy. And I also believe that it's all wind power. I'll correct that later on the project, and we can give you all links and information on where you can see my interview. But I'm going to be interviewing the mayor. I have a town tour scheduled on Friday that's coming up here in 2 days. And I'd like to get an opportunity to go up in a wind turbine and really experience and feel what it's like to be around these commercial grade or commercial sized wind turbines. There's a lot of myths that are attached to them, both positive and negative, and I'd like to get the truth about wind power. So that's why.
So if people want to find your videos, and obviously there's going to be some pretty amazing segments you're going to film while you're in Greensburg, where can they go to see your documentary segments?
Yeah, it's a worldforchange.com and then / a Trek for Change, the numeral 4 every time in this case. So worldforchange.com / a Trek for Change.
That's great. And if you've been following the Trek for Truth, you've seen here of late that Wayne and I have been kind of cross-fertilizing and posting each other's content on our various Facebook pages. And I'm going to be following his trek. In as long as we've been riding separately, we may intersect again. Who knows? In Colorado or points further west. But I'm definitely going to keep track of what he's doing. And now, selfishly, I want to ask a question that we discussed in detail the other night, and many more times on our rides together over the last couple of days. As you know, one of the themes for the Trek for Truth is talking about the state of individual freedom, particularly in the United States of America, and how do people feel about the spectrum. Are we moving toward a state of greater individual freedom or lesser? What are our children and grandchildren going to inherit based on the way the trend is moving now? And I wanted to ask Wayne the question that we saw Richard Grove ask on his website, tragedyandhope.com, and his YouTube channel of some very progressive and intelligent people. It's a hard question, and that's, how do you define freedom? So, Wayne, define freedom in your words.
Well, I wish we would have recorded what I said the other night.
Yeah.
And I honestly don't remember exactly how I worded it, but to me, freedom, it all comes from within. It comes from in my heart and in my mind. And the way I would define that is, if I was bound and imprisoned in a dungeon and all I had was water and food, I can still make the choice to be free. And so I think that we all have that opportunity each and every day that we live to make the choice to be free. And freedom as a country, as a nation, as a human race, all starts from within each one of us. And it's a deep topic, because we could talk for 2 hours like we did the other night about this. But that for me is what freedom is.
That feels like the essence of your answer the other night, and because the phrase that caught me in your expression was the idea that it was a choice, that you've got that power in any moment, in any set of circumstances, to choose a mindset and an attitude of freedom. And the external world starts reflecting the internal world when we make that choice over and over and over again. And perhaps many of the things in the external world right now aren't reflecting what we would perceive as a free way of being. And if we want to change that, I agree with you completely. You got to start with the inside job first. Yeah. So, and it doesn't help to get out and ride a bike across the country, because that'll make you feel pretty free too.
Right.
Wayne, thanks so much for taking a stab at this.
Absolutely.
We're gonna keep this one short and try to upload this right now. And Wayne's gonna turn the tables and interview me here in a bit for his channel. All right. Thanks so much, Wayne.
See y'all.